Hola, Internet amigos. Today's date is it's Saturday, the 12th of April. It's 10:48 a.m. I tend to do a lot from my bed because this is pretty much where I live, sleeping. Unfortunately, my immune system continues to destroy my thyroid. Gonna have to get that fixed. Anyway, all the hoo-ha about Douglas Murray being on Joe Rogan. I have to go into this. I'm just going to whack this straight up on YouTube, Patreon friends, while I work on the other video about this little clown, Netanyahu's little bitch. Good old, I forgot his name, Tim Pool. I want to show you how the narrative is being shaped. Remember we talk about Boris Berezovsky, who created, with Kissinger and Yevgeny Primakov, Boris Berezovsky created Putin. And they just replaced one group of Jewish oligarchs with another group of Jewish oligarchs. And what did Boris Berezovsky say? We're going to create two teams. We'll create a social democrat style, and we'll also create a neoconservative style of politics. And we'll have them have these fights. But the fights are all just made up. They're just made up bullshit fights. So the energy goes nowhere. You remember that. I'm constantly pushing that narrative, that getting you into these bullshit fights and getting people to fight online, because that's where they want it all. In an echo chamber, online. And we've got a big bunch of people that think if I see an argument online and we all talk about it and all express our views, somehow something changes. The spicy pumpkin latte bullshit artists who support the Palestinian cause so passionately, who've never suffered for it, never taken a risk for it, maybe they attend a rally because it makes them feel better and have a spicy pumpkin latte. We're going to go into what we've actually done, going to Iran, going to Muslim countries, going to Beirut, talking to the media, saying you need to change. Totally, you're trying this UN human rights bullshit. Nobody fucking cares about little brown people. You've got to go on national security. And that's the point. That's the issue that kills this whole thing. That is the issue. Oh, please, Samsung. It's really destroying my rant. All right, that's the issue. National security. If you're new to this, stay with me. Listen, I've been to fucking Iran. I've been on trial. I've had Israeli espionage front and center for nearly 20 fucking years. You've never heard my name. I have high-level people contacting me. Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney, you have a body of work to be proud of. Never mentions my name. Charles fucking, what's his name? Charles, I can't even remember his name. Johnson. Hanging with Peter Thiel. Mr. Charles Johnson. Oh, who do you work for? I love your work. You're a hero of mine. Never mention my name. Arthur Bloom, never mention my name. Joe Rogan knows who I am. Fucking Alex Jones absolutely knows who I am. Hates my guts. All of these clowns are total utter fakes, and they all link back to Ari Emanuel. All of them, including Tim Pool. The Hollywood super agent who's Rahm Emanuel's brother, you know the story, who's Obama's chief of staff formerly. And Ari Emanuel handles the other team. And they're all Israeli intelligence fucking case officers, for fuck's sake. Their families are royalty. And this is the clown show here. Now listen up. This is the fake issue. We'll explain it
Douglas Murray and Dave Smith. Man, they had a heck of a debate. I like them both. I think Douglas Murray's a very smart guy.
God, he's so fake. Tim Pool is so fake. Look at him. He's really rattled by being caught out. By little sweet Candace. And I've done a nice post on Candace. And trust her either. Let's go on. Why would you respect Douglas Murray? Why would you even say, I respect Douglas Murray? Why would you even say that? Douglas Murray is a piece of lying, filthy shit. That's what he is.
He's written some really great stuff about wokeness, about liberalism.
Yes,
and,
there's the fake issue, the crisis actors, trillionaire bankers, funding Tavistock and funding these fake issues. Men think they're women. Oh, look, I'm a drag queen story time. I want to read to your children. These were fake, fucking polarizing, ridiculous issues. What do you call it? DEI, all that shit. It's a fake issue. It was funded. They got heroin addicts, dragged them out from under bridges and sobered them up and put makeup on them and then made them PhDs. All right, fake superstars, fake books. It's all the same fucking people. We call it the Illuminati. But when it comes to entertainment and shows, it's Illuminati. There's a difference between Masons and Illuminati. Some don't want to make the difference. I get it. I don't like secret societies either. But there's a big, big difference between that and this Illuminized Jewish Kabbalah hoof-feuding out of Europe. They're sick fucks. And this fucker's one of them, Tim Pool. This is the fake issue. Oh my God, look at this issue. They've got to keep narratives out by filling up the news cycle with fake narratives and these big fights. Oh, wow, did you see the debate? It's a debate about nothing.
It's genocide, UN, human rights, genocide.
I've been on this game since 1995, right, when Yitzhak Rabin was assassinated by Likud, the Russian gangsters, Mr. Milikowski, Netanyahu, and Ariel Sharon and friends. Since 1995. And I guarantee you, there was a moderate form of Zionism and it could have happened. It could have been a secular state. But nope, because that's not allowed to happen. They've got to destroy the place via Odiginon, smash pan-Arab nationalism and rebuild the place. Hasn't quite worked out, especially when Trump puts in a 25,000-man Marine expeditionary force in the Gaza Strip. So there is no issue with genocide. It's obviously a genocide. You said you're going to not necessarily wipe them out, although that's partly what they're doing. It's about getting rid of someone's language, someone's culture, their physical location. That's the definition of genocide. That is the definition of genocide. Doesn't mean you have to kill every single one.
Perspective. You know me, I'm fairly middle of the road on the political stuff, but Dave Smith,
Fake wokeism.
anti-war libertarian, aligns with me on foreign policy a lot more. And so in this regard, I think Dave Smith absolutely crushed this debate. But it's not to say that Douglas Murray didn't have some good points. Now,
what's amazing is I've got two thumbnails. One says Douglas Murray crushed in debate, Joe Rogan. Then Sky News says Douglas Murray crushes Dave and embarrasses Joe Rogan. It's like, is this the same interview? Which one is it? This is the fake Ari Emanuel Hollywood super agent fight. Ari Emanuel owns the World Wrestling Federation. He owns the UFC, cage fighting. Oh, hello, Joe Rogan. Hello? Zuckerberg's down there at the UFC. They're all down there. Elon Musk's down there. He's hosing off the fat whale Elon Musk, Ari Emanuel. Kanye West had to tell people about it. And here we are with this fake battle. So you got to make sure there's a big debate, and they give you like a quarter of the debate. Oh, little brown people are dying. Oh, Israel's right to defend itself. Right? No one gets into the real juicy stuff on the fact that Israel totally controls, with Russia and China, completely the critical infrastructure of the United States. Completely. When I say completely, I mean completely. All your electrical grids, your banking, your finance, everything, your databases, Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, Amazon, Azure Cloud, you name it. We've been screaming for years. I've had high-level people, these things are handled quietly. Fuck you. I said to them, yeah, fine, pay me out. I want $3.8 million. I'm not lying for you. But I'll happily fuck off because I've tried to get people to move politically and we've seen how much energy is expended for so little. So we carry on.
there is one that I take big issue with, and that is the argument that you've never been? You've never been? That you can't criticize something unless you've been there. Well, we got two takes on this debate. I'm going to start with this.
Anyway, I don't need to watch it. Neither do you. Just want to make the point. What did they say? We're going to have big fake fights. So men think they're women. Anything crazy and ludicrous. And Alex Jones spread that man went in and wanted a pap smear, but he's a man. No, never happened. There was no pap smear. There was no nurse. There was no incident. They just made it up. That's the Ari Emanuel, right? And Jones is linked in with the Bronfmans. They started his LLC. The same Bronfman lawyer that worked for the Bronfmans registered freaking Alex Jones's Free Speech Systems LLC. The same Bronfman lawyers. Who's hanging out with the Bronfmans as well? Roger Stone. And they're all over there at the NXIVM cult. On, the linkages go on and on and on. I mean, you try getting it out there, and yet I did that good video, but I know. What am I going to say? What can I say? Let's now read when me and Sufyan went to Beirut, and we hung out and we spoke to some very interesting people. They absolutely agreed. Yep, we get it. Hello? Where's my note? Why is there no note? Okay, I have my note here. Now, if you don't know, I went with a Saudi national called Sufyan. Sufyan was going to train at Moscow University. He found my stuff and said, holy smoke, you woke me up. I nearly went. About Putin, he's there with BB. He missed it all. Now, he's an academic. Let's read this, shall we? Oh, I do love my Samsung tablet. So we're sitting just not far away from the port where the bomb went off, or the ammonium nitrate and the firecrackers. We were directly in front of that, about 300 meters away. I saw actually the place near there where I originally stayed, the Baader Meinhof gang. Nice Europeans, all radical hippies there. You wouldn't believe how many radical hippie socialists are in Beirut. And people say, you've been to, how have I never heard of you? Oh, I don't know, dude. Let's move along. So we're sitting in the Airbnb in Beirut in March 2020. And I said, we've got to write up a quick briefing document to hand to the media, Professor Wakim of the University of Beirut, blah, blah, blah. And so we sat there and we wrote this up in about 2 hours total. So this is what we're saying here. Briefing document, Israeli high technology and espionage. This is before Habibi, who I just saw Mary Silva talk to, and she said, I don't know who Brendon OConnell is. Then she said, oh, you mean you sent me all that stuff on the guy? She said, I haven't looked at it. We haven't heard back from her. We never hear back from these people. All right, so we wrote this 5 years ago. And then Sufyan wrote a book called Industrial Zionism, about all the thieving of the tech. She just gave you, Israel's selling stuff to Russia, which is good because they have to rearm Russia to keep Europe in line. Until you get rid of your parasite Europe, you're going to have to be kept in line. So the ramifications of Israeli domination of cyber technology in the age of AI and its relationship to Russia and China, how it can be exploited by the Arab world for political leverage. What do we say? We say Israel domination of the world's high technology sector is little known and little understood. Let me get my pen up. Have I got a pen now? Where's my pen? Oh, that's white. I want red. Okay. I do. As you can see, I love playing with my tablet. All right. This document seeks to summarize and extrapolate on the ramifications of allowing the world's high technology defense and research and development infrastructure to be situated in Israel. Okie dokie. Now, this is March 2020. And what we're trying to say is, will you stop with the UN human rights bullshit? It's a mantra. It's just a continuing mantra that people want. It needs to stop now. It's not going to work. You've got to go after Israel and national security. So we've got here example. Few, even in the IT industry, know that the most advanced Intel CPU design and fabrication facilities in Israel, as well as Intel Haifa, Intel Jerusalem, Intel Kiryat Gat. Okay. Let's move along. Few in the intelligence and IT industry know that the core technology components of the emerging 5G, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence world were designed in and currently maintained in Israel. How interesting. This is 5 years ago. It's how long we've been on to this, and you've never, ever heard our names. Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, has stated boldly at cybersecurity conferences in Israel, and Israel's now dominate the emerging fourth industrial revolution, hardware and software. In fact, he is quoted as saying, Israel is a cyber technology juggernaut. You know what? I'm going to stop now. You can read this yourself. I'll leave a link. We referenced it. We go into China. We go into all the issues that Ms. Habibi never touched, because that's not the intention of Ms. Habibi, nor Candace Owens. This is about containing a narrative. You've got to contain the narrative. We're giving you the full organic meal. They're giving you the entree. They've got to have enough credibility to contain the narrative. That's why they're all hanging out with Joe Rogan and Ari Emanuel, and no one will say Ari Emanuel, not a fucking soul. I can link them all to Russell Brand. He's linked in with the Rothschilds and Jemima Goldsmith, who's Jimmy Goldsmith's daughter, half-sister of Lady Di. And you can link all these people within 1 degree of separation. 1 degree of separation. Alex Jones, Joe Rogan, that whole freaking crew. Where did Whitney Webb get her first shout out? Big shout out, Joe Rogan. On and on and on. Christopher, it's very detailed, fully referenced. We go down now to the conclusion. Let's talk the conclusion. This information can be leveraged in a media and political lobbying campaign. There is already CIA and military agitation on this issue. There is a growing community of US intelligence officers that recognize the dangers ahead. Former counterintelligence officer Philip Giraldi, CIA analyst Ray McGovern, former US Army War College Director of Studies Dr. Alan Sabrowski, FBI translator Sybil Edmonds come to mind, although I've got big problems with just about all of those people. We, the authors of this brief, suggest urgent dialogue begin in the issue, specifically addressing deeper and more detailed research by suitably qualified academics in the relevant field: information technology, cybersecurity, electronic hardware manufacture, national security, and political science specialists. We have cited less well-known issues that are affecting the Middle East and Arab-Israeli relations in this small brief. This lack of debate brings an incomplete understanding of current issues. This leads to poor formal and informal policy decisions and strategies that never address the central issue of Israel and its role as a cyber technology juggernaut with potential fourth industrial revolution leadership of the emerging global new world order over and above even the United States. Israel is a well-documented espionage against the United States, and close relationship with economic and military rivals to the United States could be easily leveraged by the Arab world against Israel. Anyone else been telling this? We've been telling this for years. Statements such as
Israel's violation of basic human rights, violation of international law,
and direct attacks on Palestinian infrastructure hold little sway in the corridors of power in the US State Department and Pentagon, CIA and NSA, but statements that Israel is stealing US high technology products and selling on to Russia and China do get the immediate attention of powerful US interests. Statements that Israel is stealing my money, intellectual property, get the attention of powerful US establishment interests. Statements that Israel has placed backdoors in central US-based companies, hardware and software get the attention of powerful US interests. And finally, in the emerging Internet of Things and AI New World Order, statements that Israel is seeking worldwide dominance in this area gets the attention of powerful US interest. You see, when you look at what we talk about, then look at what they talk about. And you say, but Brendon, they are talking about 40-year-old fucking issues. They are talking about shit that's been debated 1,000 times. Suddenly, they've got to get credibility. Okay, let's talk about that, but let's not talk about this issue. And the fact that America is being controlled, not just by sexual deviants like the Jeffrey Epsteins of the world. That's a tiny portion. They're being controlled because Israel has a fucking kill switch. The City of London has a fucking kill switch. Macron and the Germans and Olaf Scholz and Gerhard Schroeder, best friends with their boy. Heinz Kissinger and Vladimir Putin have a kill switch into the United States. They can shut everything down. Hello? Trying to make the fucking point. Israel is a worldwide cyber technology power. It has subverted completely the United States high technology industry and military industrial complex. The largest of the US high technology companies are moving their most sensitive R&D to Israel. It is a hostile foreign power to the United States. It coordinates false flag attacks upon the United States to blame on the Arab Muslim world. Israel is a clear and present danger to the United States and the world in general. It is self-evident the approach of sympathy to the Arab-Palestinian world and its issues only goes so far in a relatively small grassroots specialist circus. A more cold and clinical approach along the lines of economic and national security self-interest must be expanded upon and adopted to counter Israeli expansionism and the setting up of Greater Israel and the destruction of Arab resistance to Israeli hegemony in the area. I am also very pro-Zionist because I worry about Jews, and I want our precious Jews, not the pretend Russian Jews. Despisers should be killed, according to the Israeli press. I want my precious, precious, precious Jews. Don't know what a fucking Jew is. It's a race, religion, ethnicity, cultural group, whatever they've thought up this week, whatever bullshit they're pushing this week. All I know is this: I care about precious Jews, and I want a 25,000 Marine Expeditionary Force to be based in Gaza. Oh, thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, Donald Trump. To be based right inside Gaza to protect the precious Jews. That's what I want. So I'm a Zionist. Call me a Zionist. Okay? And we can get the United States firmly established in the region. Why? Because it's all about the AI. Because you know where the most data flows through? The Bunting Cloverleaf map. And it's going to flow down through Europe, Switzerland, down to China, Eurasia, and it's going to go through Israel all the way down into Africa. And the US is going to dominate it. Because somebody got to rule, baby. And you can sit there and whine, fascist, whatever bullshit you've got going on. Somebody's going to have to rule. So you can either just get off the train, and it's a pus-filled train, the Trump-tards. Well, actually, the Trump-tards are pretty damn smart these days. I keep forgetting. I try to insult them. Actually, no, they're the smartest of them all. They won't put up with this shit. They're not putting up with this bullshit. They want Fauci lynched. They're panicking. Ari Emanuel is panicking. But none of this clown show will tell you who Ari Emanuel is. Joe Rogan can't, because they're all the Hollywood super agent Israeli asset. All of them, including Candace Owens. You should go on my Patreon and maybe you'll fucking learn something. Someone who's been around in this game for over 30 fucking years. I had to learn the hard way. I was a fool. I would get online. I've read Professor Carol Quigley. I watch the BBC. I read books. You people are a bunch of Nazis going on about the Jews all day. Yeah, they're annoying and whining, but it doesn't matter. They've been through a lot, blah. And then I had to slowly learn to 2005, and I wrote a piece called "My Name is Donnie Darko, and I'm a former Zionist denier." I had to make it. I couldn't believe how big it was. How could a conspiracy go on for this long and go so deep? And the thing that changed me away from them being a bit player to the player, the Hofjuden, the court Jews of Europe, mixing in with the inbreds of Europe, all these born-to-rule shit-for-brains families out of the old Viennese empires, the Fuggers and all the rest. And it's the Swiss Guard, it's the Vatican. They're completely owned and operated by Kabbalistic Jews out of the East. They're their golems. Hofjuden, look it up, it's on Wikipedia. Oh, God, no. Don't read a history book. Rothschild and the court Jews. How they would lend money to the nobles. Then they would intermarry with the nobles. Never. They don't go to a damn synagogue. They're doing coke and murdering hookers on their Brussels manors, really at the back of their estates. The scum. The Jungians, they read Carl Gustav Jung and decide that the peasants are dangerous. The collective psyche is too dangerous. We've got to cull these fucking peasants before they kill us all. After they degenerate the peasants, they undereducate the peasants. They took over they're poisoning the peasants with their pharmaceutical shit. RFK's a fucking fraud. Oh, really? The old smack addict from how long ago? He wasn't just on smack, ladies and gentlemen. He was doing meth, coke, whatever he could do. That piece of shit, hanging with Chabad Lubavitch. What, do you think we needed Candace Owens to tell us about this? There were 5,000 channels talking about it. And Candace, oh my God, we've got to raise up JFK. Everyone goes, oh, thank you, Candace, for informing me. Don't worry about the 5,000 other channels that for 3 or 4 years have been complaining about this. Stop being happy, the little Candace. She's another one of them with a little British husband with the born again. You know, the Turning Point, head of Turning Point UK. The fake. Let him talk about Ari Emanuel. Miriam Adelson, any halfwit can talk about Miriam Adelson. Talk about Ari Emanuel and Rahm Emanuel, because that gives the entire game away. They're out of the Frankfurt School, out of the University of Chicago. They're the nice Marxist Jews. The Jewish intellectuals, Heinz Kissinger, Amitai Etzioni, communitarian. Where did Amit Yoran, one of the big players in 9/11, completely penetrated the US Defense Department? Amit Yoran, now he suddenly died of cancer, he's disappeared at 454. Bullshit. He's hiding. Thank you, Christopher Berlin. These people never talk Chris Berlin. They never talk Bill Cooper. They don't talk Kay Griggs. They don't talk Reverend Ted Pike. All the real organic people we all suckled from the breast of truth, organic milk, mother's milk, they're all dead, gone, murdered, Bill Cooper, etc. And now they're replaced by these filthy pig shit fuckers. These fuckers got to die. This is treason. Oh, Barry, you're being very, very inflamed. It's treason. And they're all millionaires. And everyone's going, oh, thank you for saving me. Thank you for saving me, Alex Jones. Man, I don't know what to say. Hanging out with Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves hanging out with Netanyahu. Well before Tim Pool. Right, that's all Ari Emanuel, Hollywood super agent. And then Harvey Weinstein's being, well, technically Harvey Weinstein. Do you remember I told you that this is bullshit about Harvey Weinstein? It's the same with Epstein. They are the tamest of the tame. They are the tamest of the tame. They are the shallow end of the pool. Let's go down to the deep end of the pool. And we can do that by starting by saying Ari and Rahm Emanuel. Let's start there. Oh, and watch this video, and this will take you directly to them. Oh, this is funny. I can't get to the video. It's stopping my videos. You can't see it, but I should be able to just keep going. It won't let me keep going to see my videos. I'm not glitched this. It's not a glitch. I've shut it all down. I've been spending 5 minutes. I can't get to the video. Let me go to the direct link. Look. It's everyone goes, oh my God, something's glitched. I must be on the right track. The Illuminati is spoiling me. No, I'm fucking telling you they are. They're starting to panic. They're panicking. They are losing control. Really losing control. Candace Owens is pure damage control. None of them will say, like, just names you've never heard of, but you need to know. Who runs all your electrical grids? Yahud and Zohar Zissapel. They both just died recently, allegedly. Rad Group. You never heard of them. Let's talk about Verint all the time. They mention it once and just move along. And they say Unit 8200. Tell me about the Telpiot program, which is even far more important than Unit 8200. Tell me about SF Rappaport. See, these are names. You're going, who are they? Oh, well, you need to come to my Patreon and you'll find out. Whitney Webb knows all about them. She won't tell you about them because Whitney Webb is pure limited hangout. She's not just a little bit out. She's literally 10 to 15% of what's going on. That's how far off the mark she is and what she hasn't told you. And none of these people will tell you about the old names, the Bill Coopers, the Kay Griggs. For God's sake, Kay Griggs exposed the whole conspiracy in 1997. Her husband was Colonel George Griggs. He ran the Assassination Dirty Tricks program in the Marines. And she found out everything and she went fully public in a 7-hour interview. 1997, she's untouchable. The whole thing, the pedophile rings, the drug trafficking, everything. None of these people will say their names. They won't even say Chris Boleyn. How can you take James Corbett seriously? He won't even say Chris Boleyn. He won't say his name. That's like the PhD in Israel in 9/11. And then they say, well, Corbett, why do you whine about James? James is doing his best just because he doesn't talk about Israel enough? Oh, no. He lies. How can you not talk Chris Boleyn? He names individual names. It's like Sean, what's his name? Sean, the guy, the ex-Navy SEAL who was a drug addict and drug trafficker over in Colombia. What else is in Colombia? I don't know. Israel Aircraft Industries? She gets deeper. They barely scratch the surface, these people. Then it's like, oh, you're just jealous. You're jealous. Some of us are trying to live and survive. We've lost our homes, our careers. I've been to jail, been threatened. I've been taken out by the highest levels of all sorts of fucking shit. You've never heard my name. Maybe you should wake up to that. They approach me. They want to recruit me, and I told them to go fuck themselves. So you just can't believe it, can you? They approach everybody. Everybody. If I could just get to my video. Okay, I'll show you the process. Let's go to standard links. Nope. Oh, this isn't going to work now. I'm sorry, no, I paid my unit 8,200. Okay, let's try and get, where is it? Oh shit, I don't know if I've even got the link here. How am I going to get there? I can't get there. That stopped me getting to that video. Oh my God, they're doing it to all my apps. I can't get to the video. I can't get to it. This is unheard of. What the fuck? They block so people can't find the video. Oh my God. I thought, I'll just get it on the phone, share the link and send it to the email and get it. And I can't get to it. I'm going to have to go to desktop or something. I have to work out how to do this 1 second. I have to go to my laptop now, find the video on the desktop, get the link and email it to myself to fucking get the link to the video. I'm telling you, man. Everyone goes, oh, my Skype call dropped. I must be, the Illuminati must be. No. Believe me, I'm very cautious. I'm just, it's a glitch. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. No. They are fucking panicking. That bullshit's going to end. The bullshit's going to end. Trump's not seeing this year out. I don't believe Trump's going to see it out. I really think Trump's doomed. Personally, he's personally going to leave. It's too compromised. Okay. Whoa. Oh, there it is. Yes. Here we go. What's that one? What the hell is going on? This thing is going mad. Okay, camera. We can stop this now. Okay, let me tell you, you can't do this on Apple iPad. Oh, I just wish they had as powerful a chip as the iPad did. Oh, Samsung, you're almost perfect. Qualcomm chips designed in Israel, literally. Now, let's open this link. This is what I had to go through to get this link. All right, let's open. It's going to come up here. The genius of Trump.
Objective of creating a utopian society.
What a Circus Roadshow, World Wrestling Federation, troll of trolls. Trump, you are the king of the troll, or at least his handlers are. John Fetterman was right about that. The grab bag of half-wits nominated for vital positions within the U.S. security and economic apparatus are next level, and we'll talk about it. Not all of them, but it's still pretty funny. Alex Jones denounced as potential chief troller in the White House is my fave, and Matt Gaetz, of course. The man the deep state tried to destroy, that's Alex Jones, by giving him $20 million in free publicity without a single dollar changing hands in his...
I told you.
Now, that's
I told you he's not paying us, eh?
The man at the top levels of the January 6 incitement, that's Alex Jones with DIA Michael Flynn as head organiser.
If ever anyone should have gone to jail, it was Ali Akbar and Alex Jones. They had to toss someone in, so they tossed in Owen Schroyer into a club-fed golfing tournament practice. Jail, minimum security.
Totally avoids jail and not even indicted. A man who has never had so much as his car scratched, his windows shot out, his offices in Austin attacked, or an IRS investigation, who flies first class at all times and is conservatively worth at least $60 million in cash in his parents' LLC in Nevada, who is covering for World Economic Forum and Pfizer lackey Susie Wiles by deleting videos exposing her, and especially now she's chief of staff for Trump, we'll see how long that lasts, is considered an enemy of the deep state. Now, that's just plainly too funny. Alex Jones and Joe Rogan and Dana White and Donald Trump under super agent and super Zionist intelligence asset Ari Emanuel, his brother Barack Obama's chief of staff. Now, that is just too funny. Musk is Ari Emanuel's bestie. My goodness, how far does this go? Anyone would think this was a fake two-party system run out of the city of London and Israel.
Isn't that right, Candace? All right, that's enough. The link is below for the video. I'm actually pleased I watched that. Keep the pressure up. That is bizarre. I don't know. Let's just call it a glitch. But I managed to get the link anyway. I wouldn't mind if like everything exploded like a pager, but it's like, you know, I wonder if it is God or I don't know. The glitches are just annoying, but they don't stop me. They just piss me off, but they don't stop me. So you just think, why are they even doing this? Because you think, oh, it's just a glitch. And you think, wait a minute, this is going on too much. Way too much. But anyway, so let's wait and see when maybe Candace or Whitney Webb's going to tell us more than Prince Andrew and start talking about, rad group Zohar Zizapel. Just that alone. Just that alone. You don't understand. You know the big routers they use for these high security companies? You know what routers they are? Routers and firewalls, the hardware firewall. Well, they're rad group. They're rad group. You know who uses rad group routers? Proton Mail, Proton VPN. When they got caught out, I was part of a group of people catching them out, man, and they had a fucking hard. Oh, we've swapped, we've changed. They haven't fucking changed. They haven't changed. And you know the BIRD, the Binational Industrial Research and Development Foundation? Well, I, of course, have a Proton account, use the VPNs and things, so I send via email a group, very polite group email to the Binational Industrial Research and Development Foundation to about 8 people there. I said, look, my name is Brendon Lee O'Connell. I'm investigating, the whole scene with Israel and high technology. Would you do it? I can't even remember what I said, but it was very polite. Literally 30 minutes later, your account has been suspended. You may no longer use Proton products. You may no longer use a Proton. I said, whoa, due to harassment or something. So I contact Proton and say, dudes, you guys have been using Rad Group. These people are, and I'm going to fuck you up. I basically said, I'm going to fuck you up. I'm going to use this against you. Half an hour later, it was all stopped and they said, sorry about that. And I sent them copies of the email. That's how fast the Binational Industrial Research and Development Foundation, which is the way they just steal so much technology, started in the late 70s. The first one was the Binational Science Foundation in 73. Is Whitney Webb going to talk about that? These people going to talk about that? And not just talk about it for 10 seconds. You devote whole shows. Rick Wiles devoted whole shows to this stuff with Whitney Webb. That you can't find the shows now, and suddenly he's flying to Davos, 5-man cruise to Davos, and Eric Saltz is asking the president personal questions. And we hear about Telpiot program no more, although I haven't watched Rick Wiles for a long time. It's almost like a scam. Start talking Rad Group, Zohar Zizapel, Telpiot program, Binational Industrial Research Development, blah, 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 blah. Start talking about it, and then wait for the money to roll in the new studio. That could be a scam. You could all pull it off. I'm sick of it. Anyway, I just needed to say something about this current unfolding bullshit. The big debate. There's no debate. It's all Ari Emanuel, Rahm Emanuel, City of London, Israel. Let's stop this crap right now. Trump can't last. I don't believe he's going to make it through the year. I actually believe he's going to, whether he's shot at again or whatever, he'll be given an excuse to go. Skull and Bones boy J.D. Vance will be president. And you'll, like I said, it's just one bunch of criminals replacing another, but you'll have to decide what you want. At the moment, I see a lot of good things happening, taking on Switzerland. Wait for the Bank of International Settlements to be removed from it. Wait for it. They are just caning Europe. And that's exactly what needs to happen. But, I can tell you what's happened. They all knew that October 7 was going to happen. They all knew, just like they all knew about 9/11. And they've told Bibi to clean up his Islamic terror network, him and his friends. They've got to clean it up. So they're killing them all off, all the young males, so they're all placid. And the US is going to move in because they're saying, well, we're not going to deal with it. You deal with it. You spill your blood. And this is the unfolding. And all the Arab leadership are in on it. We told you, me and Sufyan spent 5 years ago, spent so much time and energy, and everyone sort of agrees that nothing happens. Because there's too much money they're all in the pocket of Israel, City of London. They've all got their Swiss bank accounts. They're all totally compromised. Now, Trump administration is going after the Swiss bank accounts, if you didn't know. It's gold. So a lot of these very good things are happening. Fucking Canada. Good. Fuck you, Canada. You keep voting for weirdos? What are you, a bunch of fucking weirdos in Canada? Canadian Prince said, yes. Take the East Coast, leave the shitters in the West Coast. You're losing. I'm sorry, Canada, you don't understand. War. You've got no just get over it, Canada. You're gone. The Crown Corporate's gone. Australia's on the list too. Australians rejoice. They're all going down. Bibi's going down, but he's never going to jail. None of them ever go to jail. But the Trump-tards are agitating. We want Fauci in jail. Even Bannon is agitating, say, hey, the MAGA base are saying, where's the savings? We want the money. All right, because they haven't got any money yet. There's not a dime has to be stopped. It has to be put into escrow before it can be used somewhere else. And that's bullshit. This whole Doge thing is self-evident bullshit. I'm still glad it's going on, but they're not actually stopping anything because the big dollars are in the Pentagon. But you know where they lead to directly? It's a direct line from the Pentagon to Israel. That's the line. That's why he's never going in there. Anyway, Elon Musk days are numbered. They can't keep him on any longer. He's as popular as dry, dirty dog shit. Nobody likes him. Everybody watching Pete Navarro go after him was just gold. It was brilliant. I loved it. Well, Elon just assembles stuff in his little factory. It's just brilliant. But I mean, destroying Elon Musk is child's play. Child's play. They're not long for this world. They're using the Candace Owens. They're using all their assets to de-escalate the situation. And what they do, they remove Elon, they remove people, but the same shit's still going on. Because they won't say the name Ari Emanuel. Say it, because if you say the name, people go looking. And they're going to find the Frankfurt School based over there in the University of Chicago. These were the soft-core German Jewish Marxists who started the whole fucking Bolshevik revolution in the first place. You're going to find the University of Chicago. You're going to find all these Jewish professors. You're going to find the whole kit and caboodle, all the neocons. People are going to learn about Irving Kristol, Bill Kristol's father, the neocon. Irving Kristol was a hardcore Trotskyite revolutionary from Lithuania. Another Jew changes his name. They're all changing their names, and they're all infested up there in Chicago. They don't want that big picture out. So you get the grand narrative. The parasite must be ejected once and for all. And that doesn't just mean these Jewish Zionist freaking scumbags, hoof-eating pieces of shit, these long-term GRU-style sleeper assets like the Emanuel brothers. It's not just that. You're going to have a shit ton of Gentile sellout goy scum. These Hitler didn't do it for the money. What does it say about the Candace Owens and the Tucker Carlsons and the Alex Joneses of the world? Oh, I'm an alt media star. You can trust me. You can trust me. You can trust me. I'm Joe Rogan. I hang out with Ari Emanuel on the UFC. I'm making $150 million a year. He makes or breaks the Illuminati stars, baby. He makes or breaks them. Puffs them up, brings them down. Even Bannon says that. And the guy asked Steve Bannon, well, is Elon Musk a free speech person? He goes, absolutely not. Of course he's not. He's a globalist and he's not free speech. He said, Elon can bury you so deep on X, or he can raise you up and make you a rock star. That's a quote from Steve Bannon. It's just, the whole thing's fucking absurd. They're gaslighting you. It's like Ted Bundy. Oh, Ted Bundy's a man of peace. Isn't Ted Bundy wonderful with small children? Oh, and he really loves the college ladies, old Ted. He's so nice. He's that one. We sit there and go, wait a minute, it's fucking Ted Bundy. Mass murderer. But that's what they're doing. They're spitting and pissing in your face. They literally have their schlongs out and they're now pissing in your face. And I'm going, they are pissing in your face, moron. And you're there going, oh, I think it's pretty good, Brendon. You're being a little... They'll just piss in your face. I say, you're being a bit harsh, Brendon. I think you might be a little bit jealous. And they're just pissing in their face, shitting in their face. And you go, dude, do you not have any dignity whatsoever? That's where we're at. So if you want some quality stuff, come to Patreon, my Unit 8200 Patreon, and Pioneer friends will welcome you over. Just to remind you, not just for the YouTube bullshit, but it was Jews who warned me about this years ago. Jews. The Israeli press has been warning and warning and warning. These fucking goy, cattle, Gentile scum sellouts are the ones I want. I want them. I want every last one of them to pay for their bullshit. There's just, because it hasn't hurt yet, it hasn't really hurt. So it's just Alex Jones. Alex Jones was tolerable till 2016. After that, he got ludicrous and ridiculous to the point where he is lying, and then he's lying. Then Alistair Crowley, boy, Alexander Dugin is wonderful when he's a literal Satanist on the record. Putin's wonderful despite hanging out with the biggest globalist of all, Heinz Kissinger. He's hanging out with Klaus Schwab, best friends for 30 years. The multipolar world order, you've given me Primakov Doctrine, we've given you all. They won't even touch it because they're whores. They're not just sellouts. They're not just mistaken. They are paid assets. They are treasonous. They are Aldrich Ames. They are Jonathan Pollard. They must go to jail forever, if not executed. And if you need someone to pull the fucking trigger, I will fucking do it. And I fucking mean it.